Hello! In this video, you will learn how to work with text files with Spark and Python, and how to work with keyed RDDs. For illustrative purposes, I have downloaded historical data for the Nasdaq index from Yahoo Finance and saved it to the nasdaq.csv text file. Here you can see a sample of data. I am going to use it as the example throughout this video. Let's run this PySpark shell and get started. First, I am going to create an RDD that wraps my text file. To do so, I invoke the text file method on the Spark context object. Let's see what the content of this new RDD is. I am using the take action to pick inside the RDD. As you can see, Spark has created the RDD where the items are the lines of the input file. Now, let's parse these lines. I am creating a helper type just to make the code a bit more readable. It is easier to work with named fields rather than indexes. Now, I need to write a parsing code that will consume an input line and produce a record. My parsing function will split every line on a comma, convert all the open, high, low, close prices to floats, and the volume to an integer. Remember, in the first week we were discussing that the CSV format is prone to parsing errors. Here is the perfect example. My code assumes the particular order of the fields in the file, so changing it will break the code. Yet for illustrative purposes, I think it should work just fine. Okay, let's apply the parseRecord function to the dataset. You see, the dataset now is far more convenient to work with. I suggest to cache it as the pre-processing is over. This could be done by invoking the cache method. Let me tidy up the slide before continuing. Much better. I collapsed statements to free some space. Semantically, nothing has changed. With Spark, I can easily explore the dataset. For example, I can compute the first and the last trading dates in my dataset. Or I can calculate the total trade volume. In these examples, the min, max, and sum methods are the actions. Now, I'm going to show you how to work with keyed datasets. A key-value pair in Python is represented by a tuple of length 2. I'm going to annotate every record in my sample dataset with the month as the key. Here is the code. The important part here is the map function, which returns the month and the record in a single tuple. Now, I can calculate the total trade volume for every month in my dataset. To do so, first, I need to extract the volume out of every record by applying the MapReduce transformation. Then, for every key, I need to sum all the values by applying the reduce by key transformation. Given this data, I can find the month with the largest trade volume by invoking the top action with the volume as the sort key. Let me tidy up the slide once again. Perfect! Finally, I'm going to show you how to save datasets to a reliable storage in the text format. When saving data in text files from PySpark, every item is serialized with the str function. Therefore, it is a good idea to format data explicitly before invoking the save action. Let's make a CSV line for every dataset entry and save the dataset to the out directory by invoking the save as text file action. Note that this action tells every partition to write its content independently. Thus, every partition is written to a separate file called part-partition number to avoid write conflicts. In my case, I have two partitions in the output directory and the marker file indicating the success. If you are willing to create a single output file, for example, if you are sure that the output is small enough, you can repartition the RDD by invoking the appropriate method. That's it for this video. You have learned how to load and save text files from PySpark, how to explore datasets with the aid of built-in functions, and how to make keyed datasets and use keyed transformations and actions. See you!